Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back in the building, chat. So it is officially hump day. It is Wednesday, so we are back in the building. Welcome to the morning show with DMONEY. That is correct, Amondo. We are back, chat. So like we never left. And I think it's only appropriate that we shout you out if you are one of the first people to join the stream. I mean, why not? I think we got to shout you out. I think it's only right. I think it's only fair. You did your part. I got to do mine. So we will shout you out in true DMONEY fashion. So Brave Day. Let's go DMONEY. Good morning. Hey, what up? How are you? MJ Trades. Good morning. Block 70. PPI 5.5. Okay. All right. You're giving us a news update there. We got Ginger in the chat. Good morning. Norton Trades. Howdy. How are you? Wicked Bullies 4722. Captain Big Corn Dog. Oh man, he's here, chat. That might be a problem to start off, so we got to keep an eye on him. Captain Big Corn Dog, he is in the chat. He's making it known that he wants his presence to be felt here. So unfortunately he is in the chat already, guys. So Power Jams Trades, good morning. DMONEY, hey, what up? How are you? We are back. Bobby Rose, Sophia, what is going on? Tim Murray, as always, what it do? Definitely hit the like button. That is correct, Amondo. DMONEY, we don't play about you. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the kind words. Obviously, the goal today is to make a little monies, and we will see what we can come up with here, chat. So we know that there is some news on the forefront today, unfortunately. I mean, you can call it news. It's basically day 2 of the new Fed chair sworn testimony coming up at 10 o'clock, chat. So we had that yesterday. He was on there for at least 2 hours, and you had Trump that came on pretty much at the end of that. So quite a movie after the CPI print yesterday. So but today's a new day, chat, and we will see what it do. We're gonna find out. Make no mistake about it. So hey, we will jump into the charts here. Let me log into this, and we'll see what we're looking like here. Obviously, we had news again today, chat. It's almost identical to yesterday's. We know that we had CPI yesterday. Today you had PPI, core PPI, right? So you had a print as well, almost identical. It's like crazy. So bullish move to the upside, chat. Not as drastic as the CPI print yesterday. So 95 points, 95.75, right? And then you had a continuation to the upside, it looks like here. So about 144 points, and then you're getting a bit of a pullback now back to the downside. So that's what it's looking like at the moment. So I think the question on everybody's mind, will it continue, right? Will the upswing continue? And you get more continuation. So if we kind of look here, this is nothing but a big old range, chat. Anybody that tells you otherwise, they are highly mistaken, unfortunately, right? So if you kind of map out, you can kind of map this out, and you can kind of see it. We've done nothing but basically kind of got stuck here in this range. We've been kind of bouncing back and forth. This is the daily chart, and make no mistake about it. I mean, from the bottom of the range to the top, you're talking about 1,700 points. So that's a big old range because it's a daily time frame, chat. However, you know, if you kind of map this out over the last few days, that range obviously is a bit smaller, but this is what we've been basically dealing with, right? So kind of having some issues here. That 30,000 level is the level that needs to kind of get taken out. We're sitting right below it right now. Obviously, the current daily candle put in a high at 30,062.5, chat. So we will see how this plays. I think if we break these highs up here, I think we're headed to this level in regards to the daily chart, right? So you got to kind of map that out. That gets us up here to 30,000 like 500 up to like 670 or so. So if you go down to the smaller time frame, you know, you got a level here on the 4-hour chart that could be of interest. 30,327, right? So I do see that as being a potential, could be a level of interest for the bulls if the party continues to the upside, chat. So we will see how this plays, right? But that would be kind of like the, I guess, the initial kind of TP area, potential TP area if this thing gets moving to the upside, right? If we drop to the bottom, if we drop back below, I think 29,828, you got to be looking back towards the bottom of this range, 28,900 or so. So we will see, chat. We will see. Right now, you got Lucid accounts 40% off the pro accounts, and the news and the talk of the town is that there is no more daily loss limit. That is correct, Demondo. So have no fear. You're able to open that thing up now, right? No DLL. So enjoy that, guys. Using the code PW, we got you covered. Make no mistake about it. 40% off all pro accounts. No daily loss limit. You can get a payout as quick as 3 days on the pro account. So shout out to Lady Gray. I got my second $2,000 payout yesterday. I really like my certificates. Shout out to Lady Gray, chat. If you guys remember, I think about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks at this point, Lady Gray came into the chat and she had got her first payout. So hey, she is killing it. So hey, we're happy to see it. You gotta love it. So then the trader, what up? D-Money, hey, what up? How are you? D-Money, we were back in the building. That is correct. We were fresh, like we were back in the building again with a fresh hot dog. Yeah, that is a little, you know, that's a little too much. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little too much for D-Money this early. It's only 9:12. We got to give you a timeout. Unfortunately, you have definitely kind of pushed the envelope there. So there it is. You got the first timeout of the day for trying to be a little aggressive there. We can't handle you know, that is too, we're trying to celebrate Lady Gray here, and you just came in here talking about you know, whatever you're talking about. So we will not be partaking in that. So I mean, Unreal, come on back a little differently in about 60 seconds, thinking differently about life. So Unreal, chat. Man, you gotta love it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, well, I mean, hopefully today we get some great kind of follow through, guys, and we don't actually kind of fall victim of, you know, the kind of chop fest that we had. Kind of, you know, it felt like the market wanted to go, but then you had the whole thing with Trump. You had the whole thing with Warsh yesterday, and we know he's testifying at 10. So we'll see how this plays out, chat. All right, so you guys can clearly see the consolidation range on the chart. We need to, you know, we need this thing to kind of get the party started, so to speak, chat. So like I said earlier, we got you got Warsh coming up here 10 o'clock, right? Testify day number 2. You had core PPI and PPI this morning, chat. Looks like we also have crude oil inventories at 10:30. Will that be a factor? We don't know, but obviously the main thing that everybody's going to kind of focus on is the testify of Fed Chair Warsh. So we will see how it plays, chat. We're going to drop a poll, get this party started, see how you guys are kind of feeling going into the market open. If you haven't already, chat, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. So we're going to get this party started. Who you trading with at the moment? DMONEY. So you're saying accounts? Yeah, I got Apex funded accounts. I got Lucid accounts at the moment. Those are the two. Who remembers the soundtrack? This is the DMONEY OG soundtrack, guys. Who was there from the beginning? If you were there, you recognize the jams. Every once in a while, we got to dig into crates. We got to bring it back out. You know what I mean? Had to dig into crates and pull out the vinyl. Oh, man. Got to be careful. Yesterday, I played the crisscross, chat. Unfortunately, that stream... you know, hey, I guess they needed the royalty money from that, so got to be careful. Can't get hit with a copyright for the stream. So unfortunately, yesterday looks like I probably got hit with a copyright for playing the crisscross throwback. Unreal, chat. Unreal. All right, so you got three options, guys. Get your vote in. Curious to see what you guys are thinking, kind of going in the market open. We're getting ready here. We got less than 13 minutes for this thing to open up, chat. Yo, what's the playlist? I've been looking for it since you started. Well, I mean, you know, am I really gonna give it to you? Am I really gonna give it to you? Because, you know, it's kind of like, you know, we don't want you like basically kind of venturing off and saying that it's your playlist, right? Because now you're going to call it yours. And, you know, I don't know if that's necessarily appropriate to do that. So, no, I'm just joking. So it's called Trap Beats Live Radio 24/7 on YouTube. That is correct, Amondo. So. Ridiculous Ginger for 10 seconds and crisscross. Yeah, I agree. It was kind of unfortunate, chat, right? We had a little vibe going there, and apparently they wanted their 2 cents or whatever they get for royalty, so they cut that off real quick. So Miguel got you right with the lineup, D. Clean. Hey, shout out to Fun John 406. Shout out to my barber Miguel. He came through, got me right, you know, so no correct, that is correct, Mondo. So shout out to Miguel. I don't know if he's watching the stream, but you know, he got me right. I'm new here, started watching you yesterday, looking to make up for yesterday, like your channel. Hey, I really appreciate that, Jared. So hey, make sure you are subscribed. You will get a notification when we're live, and hit the like button. So you got PW back at some point this week, chat. You never know. You know how PW is. You know, he'll just throw it on. All of a sudden, he's on a stream. You don't even know. So he'll definitely be back at some point. Right, I know he had the fishing tournament. Looks like they won some money there. I think $70,000 plus. So shout out to PW and the team for that. The poll is always pumper every day. Yeah, right now it's 56%. You are correct. So right now 57% of the chat feel like we're going up. 22% feel like we're going down. 22% feel like it's flip a coin. They don't really know how this thing is going to play out, guys. So, but I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you got to make your, you know, I guess your thought process has to kind of align with what you see on the charts, in my opinion. I talked about this yesterday pre-market, that it doesn't matter if they go bullish or bearish. As a momentum trader, you're going to try to join the party, in my opinion, in that direction, chat. So I don't necessarily have, like, I pretty much don't have bias anymore, chat, kind of going into the open, because I had to learn that price actions should always kind of dictate your directional move. So you got Tradeify accounts right now. You can bundle and save a 5-pack, get you 40% off using the code PW. That is correct, Demondo. So you know the vibes. Hey D, what's going on with the cruise in November? I'm not sure. That's a good question that we need to bring up to PW. PW's the one that brought that up. So we will see what that is about. Right? So we will definitely see. Shout out to Tim. He said he bought a 5-pack this week. Nice. Gabe, I'm learning a lot from you. I wish I could see the time on your site just to see my lag time though, and see if I need to restart the browser. Yeah, so I mean, it's literally right now 9:21. It's turning 9:22 right now, right? So it might be a few second lag. Normally within like 5 seconds or so, right? Couple seconds, that's about it. All right, so kind of hanging out here, 29,940 chat. Let me go ahead real quick and map out these daily levels, because I did not do that as of yet. So got to map out yesterday's daily candle high and low just for context. Looks like we can see that right away. We are clearly right above yesterday's daily candle level, so daily candle high. So 29,921.75. So 921.75. Yesterday's daily candle high, and you got yesterday's daily candle low sitting at 29,303.50. So all right, so that's your daily candle levels mapped out. We're just barely above yesterday's daily candle high, just for context, chat, right? So but we are above it by about 20 points at the moment. So will we kind of push down for some kind of, you know, higher low? It looks like is that forming now? That's the question, right? So we'll see as we get a little closer to market open, and then you will be kind of looking to see if we kind of pop back above these highs, right? If that's the case, above like 958, and then if so, we're headed more than likely up to like 30,000. So see how this kind of plays out, chat, today. Not a signal service. The lag shouldn't matter. You shouldn't be waiting on DMONEY to tell you to buy into your trades. Yeah, we don't tell you to hit buy or sell. We're not licensed to do that, chat. We're not financial advisors. So right, so you know, I think the goal of the channel is for you to, you know, if you maybe like trading momentum, etc., right? And then you're like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna add this to my toolkit from a trading standpoint. Maybe you agree with some of the analysis and you're taking setups based off of that. But yeah, we definitely don't tell you to hit buy or sell, so because we're not licensed financial advisors. I think the only person that was licensed at one point was Jerome, and unfortunately I think his license got taken away because he did not pay his child support, chat. So he's not licensed anymore. And I gotta say on that sounds a little sketchy anyway. Like, really, Jerome went and got licensed to give financial advice with 9 or 10 baby mamas. The guy can't tell. What can he tell you from a financial standpoint, chat? It's a little something about that doesn't quite add up to D-Money, but to each his own, right? To each his own. If you guys, literally, if you believe that, then something's wrong here. So can you put the EMA levels? Yeah, so you can literally see them here, left hand side of the screen. 14, 50, and 200 EMA is my EMAs that I use. We'll drop that in the chat. So 14, 50, and 200 EMA, we're gonna tag that. We're gonna pin it so that way it is there. All right, so we're getting ready here, chat. It's 9:26. We got about 4 minutes before this thing opens up. Who's gonna win the battle here? Is this a high or low? That is the question, right? You can kind of see how we got some kind of reaction here off the 14 EMA. Is that gonna hold? I don't know, right? You got 3 minutes and 30 seconds before this thing opens up, and we'll get more clarification, I think, either way. So get your poll votes in, chat. You got about a minute or so. We'll close the poll out, see how this thing is looking. Just because he can't keep it in his pants doesn't mean he has a skinny wallet. Well, Dark Master J 722, I understand that, but we're gonna give you a quick 10-second timeout for trying to support Jerome around here. So I don't know what the deal is, but there it is. Enjoy the 10-second timeout for trying to support Jerome. Unreal. Trying to give the guy credit, like what are we really doing here, chat? Oh man. D-Money, give me a timeout. Stop ignoring me. Yeah, we can't just give you a timeout. You got to do something to deserve the timeout around here. So we're not gonna just give you the timeout. I mean, that is very, very strange. Right? Like, why would we do that? Bro, you give timeouts and forget to unblock them. LOL. No, it's not a block. It's literally just a timeout. They come right back. That was a 10-second timeout, so he comes right back automatically. There's nothing to block, to be honest. So there's nothing to unblock. All right, guys, we're getting ready. You got about a minute and 55 seconds left. What levels are we looking at? Yeah, we kind of talked through that already, right? So you're kind of waiting to see, keep in mind the previous 1 hour candle was bullish, chat. Bullish engulfing candle, right? So that is a little interesting that the previous 1 hour candle was a bullish engulfing candle. So if, are we kind of pushing down right now to go higher, right? That's what I'm saying, chat. Are we pushing down now? Got about a minute left. We're going to finalize the poll, and you'll see the results coming through the chat. But, are we kind of, I'm very interested to see, chat. Are we able to get back above 960 area and then kind of continue up here towards 30,000, because that would be like the short-term kind of like level if we pop here, right? You got levels up here as well, 30,100, if this thing continues to the upside, guys. So we're pushing now, but we got about 20 seconds for this thing to open up, and I am very curious to see if the continuation move kind of happens here. So I think if you can stay back above 960 area, or not the high, right, like 966, I think we might challenge very quickly the highs up here. 30,000 guys. Market's open here. Let's see how this plays. All right, so that was the pop right away, right, straight up. And I think could be more upside here, chat, kind of creeping into the market for a long opportunity, right, if they can hold that 970. So if they lose it, then obviously, you know, you're looking at kind of like some wonky want price action. So I have to see how this kind of plays out here. Just gonna be patient. You got a bit of a consolidation here. Long wicks, kind of like a double bottom, it almost looks like, on the 5-minute chart. Kind of strange looking price action, but something's coming here. Meaning that a directional move. Kind of drop below. All right, so we just lost the bottom of this range that we were kind of stuck in here, guys, below 937. Got a long top wick as well. I think the shorts, bears are stepping in with aggression here, and you got room to 861 if that's the case, if this thing kind of sells off. So let's see how this plays, chat. Probably let the ORB kind of set up, I think, and then try to play it, because you got long wicks top and bottom here. So if we get back above 966, could be more upside. Kind of like definitely a kind of knee-jerk reaction kind of day here. People are getting chopped that are not being patient. So you got Apex accounts right now. You got 5-packs, Chad, available 90% off using the code PW. You can get a 5-pack 50K trailing drawdown 5-pack for $95, which is cray with little Ray. So we'll see. We got about 2 minutes 25 seconds left on the current 5-minute candle. Gonna let this thing kind of play out. A little wonky kind of open here, back and forth price action. Gonna start kind of mapping out these levels, I think. Right back down, that's bearish. Got the high at 977.50. Yeah, this it's not looking bullish, guys. It's looking bearish. And you got a level down here, 859, if that continues. We just need follow through in either direction. They're kind of yoking this thing. So the low right now is 29,916.25. Got about a minute, 12 seconds left. 12.50. For the 5-minute ORB to be set. All right, you got about 30 seconds here, chat. Just kind of waiting, right? We'll let this ORB set up. Kind of wonky open with a long wick top and bottom. Best believe that people got chopped here, trying to play both directions. So probably smart to kind of let this thing play out. I think we get back above these highs up here. You're looking for more upside. All right, 8 seconds left. You like that bottom wick if you're a bull, right? Kind of ironic that we close right back at the level. That is kind of strange, but all right, looking bearish here, guys. Look like we're gonna break that. So we just broke the ORB 5-minute chart and kind of push right back up. But if we get back below here, 911, I think we're targeting more downside. So we'll see how this plays. Kind of definitely, when you get these long wicks like this, it's very interesting. We know that that previous 1 hour candle was super bullish, chat, right? It was a bullish engulfing candle. So will we kind of hold up here and kind of yoke right back up? That's the question. Got to be careful, kind of just trying to get short automatically. You need to see something convincing when that previous 1 hour candle was bullish. We got 3,700 people rocking out here, guys. I appreciate the support. I don't take it for granted. If you haven't already, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Trying to be patient. The current 15-minute candle is bearish, but you know, I feel like there's some trickery here, chat, meaning that we could be getting ready for a bounce based off that previous 1 hour candle. So no trade as of yet. Right back down. So we just lost the ORB low again. You're almost tempted here for a quick short, guys. If we can stay below 29,912, right? I think that's the level you're kind of watching. Can we stay below 912 for a short to the downside, guys? I think we try that. There it is. Quick trade there. There is 20 points, guys. 25 points. There it is. 30 points. There it is. I think we take that off the table, guys, for the first trade. But there is 35 points. Why not? I think we take that and we run to the bank. There it is. If you took the short, you got paid. If you faded, you got slayed. Drop the W in the chat. That is correct, Amando. So nice trade there. About 35 points for the fellas and the ladies in the chat. And we will see what else we can get. I think it's more downside, guys. This thing is sayonara. Looking a little weak here. This was the first level that we kind of talked about being possibly hit if we kind of break to the downside. We just took that level out. So 29,856 got hit. All right, well, let's see what happens now. That 15-minute candle is kind of hitting a support level, chat. And is this the bounce area? We know we got wars coming up here at 10 o'clock. You know, you feel like are they really going to just dump here, or are they going to push this thing back up, right? I don't know. We're just going to follow the momentum either way. We just took out the previous 1 hour candle's low. Is that enough to kind of bounce back higher, guys? A lot of times they'll swipe that previous kind of like 1 hour candle low and then they'll push it right back up, right? This is, and like I said, this was a support area the last time we were here, which was actually at 8:15. This was basically the news. We just took out the news low from core PPI, basically swiped that low. So will we get a bounce here, chat? Or are they going to give us more flush McGush? Wise War speaking every day. Yeah, it's 2 days of testifying for some reason. So I don't quite know what's going on there, but I think it's smart to kind of be patient, see how this thing kind of plays out now. 15-minute RB is going to be set in about 5 minutes, chat. Or sorry, about 4 minutes now, because it's 9:41. So I haven't taken a trade yet. I'm happy with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Fun, John, right? So basically just shorted off of the ORB break to the downside. This was the initial kind of like TP down here that we had kind of mapped out pre-market, right? We kind of talked through this level being a area possibly of interest. Now I think and I would be shocked if if they just continue flushing without a continuation up, but we'll find out either way. 4-hour chart, you can kind of see how previous candle was bullish as well. Will we kind of sell back down from, it looks like, the top of some kind of range, nasty range up here? Rudy, good morning. Hey, good morning. What up? This is a 4-hour range credit. Can you analyze and comment? Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked. This is nothing but a big old range that we're in, to be honest. So see how you can kind of see up here, the last time we were up here, we had some kind of selling pressure back to the downside, chat. And that was basically just right above that 30,000 level. We had some kind of selling pressure right back down, right? And currently at the moment, we kind of poked up there above 30,000 2 a.m. this morning and overnight, basically, right? Early morning. And then now we're getting some selling pressure back to the downside. So we need to be aware that obviously we know we got wars coming up here at 10 o'clock and the volatility is sure to kind of come into the market. We saw some of that yesterday. So I think once he kind of starts talking, and I think we might get the directional kind of move that the market is kind of cooking up, right? So, it doesn't mean that we can't kind of bounce from here, chat. Be aware that you got the Fed chair testifying again at 10 o'clock, and this could be the drop before the pop, to be honest. So, but I do see that on the 4-hour chart. We kind of talked about that pre-market. See how we're kind of not collapsing. What we're gonna do here, chat, as well, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna map out obviously the 15-minute ORB. So what's going on with my level here? It's kind of strange. Getting ready to map out the low. So far, 840 is the low. All right. So looks like that's probably gonna be very close to the low. You got a bit more downside kind of creeping in. Close of the 15-minute candle. All right, so the 15-minute candle ORB set, chat, 831 is the low. Got it mapped out here. So the two black lines, all right, is your 15-minute opening range, right? That'll kind of set us up for the rest of the session. And we will see how this plays now. Won't be surprised if we get some kind of bounce. Back up here, maybe towards like 900 levels. So less than 15 minutes for the testifying to kind of start, chat, right? You got TPT accounts, 40% off. All accounts, no activation fee using the code PW. You know the vibes. I really enjoy watching DMONEY. I started a new 9-to-5 job and will not be able to watch as much. I'm bummed about it. I will be watching Denny though. You guys rock. Hey, that's the great thing. You got options, right? So whatever fits your schedule. Break of the 15-minute range, chat. This is bleed. This is a bleed out at the moment. We had a tap above the back inside the ORB, and I think if we kind of continue this, you're looking for, based on the 1 hour chart, you're looking down here towards 750 area to possibly get tagged. Right, this will be the first level possibly. So let's see how this plays out. You had a top wick put in at 847. Yeah, I mean, this looks bearish, guys. It looks weak, like they're having a hard time kind of propping it up, the bulls. So I think we're targeting, trying to quick short, seeing if we'll get more downside. I'm not sure, guys, right? I'm just kind of looking at the momentum, seeing if we'll get a drop lower. Gonna be careful here because it kind of dried out a little bit. So basically down here would be the level, but it looks like we're kind of pushing back up. I wanted 758, not looking too hot. So let's see if we get a drop here. 10-15 points is all I'm looking for. There it is, guys. There's over 10 points, chat. Feel free to TP is necessary there. I wanted a little bit more to the downside and might have got a little greedy there, but felt like we were gonna flush to might have to take the 10 points or so. I wanted 758, chat, which would be about 30 points. Man, had about 10 points, didn't take it. So if you took it, drop the W's in the chat, you got paid. But looking like we're getting a bounce here. Gonna give it a second. You hate when that happens. You kind of get yoked, but that's life in the big city. Felt like they were gonna kind of crash towards those lows, and they have not. So let's see if we get it now. Basically to the EMA, guys, 758 would be about 30 points. All right, there's 10 points. Can we get a little bit more? At least 15 or so. All right, there's 15 points, chat. Feel free to TP here. I was looking for a little bit more. Felt like we're gonna kind of crash those lows. There's right at 20 points, guys. I think we'll take that off. There it is. So pretty close to 20 points there on the drop. If you took it, drop it in the chat. You got paid. If you fade it, you got slayed. You gotta love it. And I think this bottom box gets hit because the reality is the momentum is kind of shifting to the downside here, chat. So we got a level mapped out here. This is the level I was kind of looking to get kind of dug into here, like 750 area. They kind of propped it up a little bit. This is at 950 time, chat. We know that this is the time, and there it is, right? So there's the box. You're inside of it. So this is that time where basically you know, the last 10 minutes of the higher time frame candle being open. A lot of times you get some knee-jerk reaction back the opposite direction. So we'll have to kind of see how this thing plays. Red folder news at 10 o'clock. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we kind of talked about that already. So you got Worse testifying again. Same thing as yesterday, 10 o'clock. All right, so there's the level, 29,755. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we rock out Monday through Friday, no later than 9 a.m. just trying to make a little monies. Trying to get the 2,000 plus likes here, guys. Let's get the party started. I think we had 1,600 or 1,700 likes yesterday, so before the crisscross party tried to rain on D-Money's parade. Back from vacation, glad to see you rocking it still. Hey, I appreciate that. Where'd you go? Where'd you go for vacation? We need to know. The chat wants to know. Hopefully it was somewhere fun. Hopefully you had a good time. Dubai? Oh, man. Hopefully somewhere where they had court dogs. Oh my goodness, chat. This is crazy. All right, so I mean, if you take a look at the 1 hour candle, this is the definition of cray with little Ray chat. Now this was the level that we had mapped out because we saw this was some kind of reactionary level basically back on the 14th, right? Looks like so we had a bounce from here, 29,749 right back up. So what's gonna happen now? Well, we're gonna have to wait and find out. We will see. Kind of sitting in that level. I mean, very strange, right? Now, we know that there's, you know, we got to be smart. I think today we know that Warsh is getting ready to kind of do his deal coming up here. A lot of selling pressure right now in the market. So I think on the lower time frame, you would probably prefer to kind of see higher highs, you know, some kind of higher high be put in if they're going to kind of bounce this thing, right? We're below the ORB. We got the daily candle low from yesterday sitting at 29,303 chat. So just be aware of that as well. Getting close to the 1 hour candle, kind of closing out 4 hour candle. Can you explain how you make that box? Yeah, you're looking at basically support and resistance on the 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart. Last time we were down here, you mapped that out, right? We had a bounce back up. See like the long wicks. So you map that out because that could be a level where we bounce again. Pretty strong kind of reaction from the bulls here, chat, off of that that support level. got a bullish pin bar kind of forming. You got about 8 seconds left. You got a new candle that's getting ready to open. Do they kind of push the new candle down, form some kind of bottom wick, I'm sorry, and then expand higher to the upside, right? That's what you're looking at here for a potential bounce. In all honesty, chat. Basically like some kind of continuation move to the upside. Maybe up to like 833 if they get it going. If they can get it going, then that's very concerning for the bulls, right? So, because if we kind of roll all the way back over, it's not great news, guys, for the bulls. Need to kind of see, I think, how this plays out. Bit of a chop, kind of like a chop fest right now. Got a long wick, bottom wick on the current 5-minute candle, but no follow through at the moment. Just kind of chopping back and forth in a very small kind of range. So something's kind of coming. You kind of feel that, guys, right? And it's probably that 10 o'clock kind of, this is a 10 o'clock buildup, so to speak. We got less than 3 minutes for Warsh. Probably easy to get chopped here in the meantime. Got to be smart because they're just kind of playing around, it looks like, with price. Kind of hanging out here, 29,806. No kind of directional move as of yet. So we will see, guys. If you haven't already, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Curious to see kind of leading up to this thing, you know, what they kind of do with the market. So was looking like they were going to push it earlier, and you're getting a bit of a stall fest. Iran called in wants to make a deal. LOL. Yeah, but I mean, how many times how many times have we saw that? I mean, it's kind of crazy. I was talking with my barber, Miguel, about that, chat, the last time I was in there, right? I was like, man, I'm like, have you ever really seen so many times where, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to make a deal. JK, right? It's like crazy. So I would expect probably some kind of stall out here until that meeting gets started. Probably, more than likely. But who knows? You had a lot of selling pressure in the market, chat. And you're kind of, you know, we know yesterday there was, I mean, we all remember, if you were here, a lot of volatility once that meeting kind of started. So I think that's the thought process here, right? You got about 24 seconds or so before 10 o'clock. and it'll start. So all right, 10 o'clock. So do we get some kind of push here? More than likely, chat, right? To the upside, more than likely, because they were kind of stalling. So right back to the bottom of the ORB, 29,839. And let's see how this plays. You got the 29,878 to 14 EMA. Do the bulls have enough, I think, energy to kind of take us up there? That's the question. So looks bullish. Looking like there's gonna be some continuation here. Pretty bullish response here, but 15-minute candle. So that previous 15-minute candle has a long bottom wick, chat. But you've had, so this is a little tricky because we've had a lot of selling pressure to the downside since 9:30. About a 222 point kind of sell off to the downside. So you're kind of waiting to see if this, you know, how this plays. We know that a lot of times that can be a bit misleading. So kind of curling back over though to the upside. Yeah, I mean, it looks uppers, guys, towards that 880 level. So I would say be cautious here, only because of the news that's coming out, but or the testifying of the Fed chair, right? That's currently what's happening, chat. Right now, we're sitting at 986 likes. So if you haven't already, do me a solid, guys. Hit the like button. Had a couple trades here. Had about a 35-point trade. Kind of open up about 20 points on the second trade so far. So we'll see what else we can get. You got Blue Sky accounts, 50% off lunch plans using the code PW50 on that one. I know PW dropped the video kind of breaking down some of those plans on the page. You know the vibes. It should touch 785 by end of day based on back testing 96% probability. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like the 880 level could be an area of interest for the bulls because you know, a lot of times you've had a sell-off over 200 points. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't shock me one bit, right? Because that previous 1 hour candle is super bearish, chat. Right, super bearish, but the one before that is bullish. So I mean, honestly, can kind of go either way here. You just kind of try to join the momentum. I hope today is not a 2-hour testimony like yesterday. The guy was talking for like 2 hours, and then you had Trump basically came on right behind him, and we had a circus. It's scheduled for 2 hours. Oh, man. Yep. I mean, that sounds about right. What do you do? So, what do you do, chat? Just gonna try to pick and choose, I guess, your spots, same as yesterday. That's all. And you're kind of waiting to see now, will this thing reverse from here, chat? You had a high up here, 873. Will we kind of roll back over to the downside? We basically tapped that 14 EMA. So you're waiting to see if we kind of flush. Or do we continue higher, right? Get back below 825. I think you could be looking for shorts to the downside down here towards 780. If we get back above 858, I think we head up to above 900, to be honest. So need to kind of wait, let price action kind of dictate the move here. I think that's a smart play. You got crude oil inventory as well at 1030, but everybody obviously will be paying, I think, a lot of attention to Warsh and the testimony, guys. We saw quite a few pumps yesterday. This candle looks bullish, guys, for long. All right, this candle looks bullish for a long, chat, to the upside here. Kind of pushing right above. Back above the 14 EMA. Can they hold that level though and kind of extend higher? I think if so, we're headed up above 900, chat, for a long. So let's see. You got about 2 minutes, 36 seconds left on the current 5-minute candle. 880 is the level you're kind of watching, in my opinion. 14 EMA, right? Needs to kind of be able to, I think, to kind of stay above that level with momentum. If not, then look out. Get back above that. I think you target 900 plus. Yesterday we saw a lot of pushes, and then we saw kind of like retracements back to the downside, right? So just be aware that we might get similar price action where you get some of these pumps and then you get the retracement and like back to the downside. So you got to kind of be careful with this kind of price action, chat. See how it's having a hard time at the 14 EMA so far? So we're in for evidently some kind of fake out price action, and then you gotta love it. $15-minute chart. You got room, but that push has not kind of held up, right? That initial kind of pump. We're inside of the ORB. Was able to kind of get up here to 893, and then you got a 40+ point pullback to the downside. And so far, I mean, right back down. So who's going to win this battle? I think that's the question. 1 hour charts bullish, 4 hour charts bullish. Market's trying to push. It looks like, right? Yeah, 5-minute charts trying to push here, chat, but can they get back above the 14? I think they need to hold the 14 EMA. If they can do that, then I think more upside. If they can't, then good luck, right? I think we kind of roll all the way back over to the downside. So for a rejection. So be aware of the climate, right, that we're kind of in here at the moment. Under all 15 EMAs and VWAP, yeah, I know it is. Yeah, so if you look at the 15-minute chart, you got a strong rejection off of 892. So, you know, and then this long bottom wick down here is also a bit of a concern for the bulls. But we know that, you know, this is almost like a news kind of setup here, chat, where, I mean, because you had basically the ORB, the market open, and then you had Warsh kind of testifying, right? So depending on what he says or does not say, will that impact the market in either direction? I think that's the question. So a little bit tricky with the current candles, kind of looking how they look. I think if we close below 831, the bottom of the ORB could have a possibility for a short. If we get back above 877, could be looking to get long, right? If we can hold that 14 EMA, if we get back above it. So I think we just got to kind of wait and let it play out, chat. That's all. It is what it is. Not much you can do until then, I think. Right now, bearish, right? Bearish kind of selling pressure. Looks like it's stepping in, but you need a candle closure either direction. All right, now we're getting some action, chat, right? So getting a rollover 5-minute chart to the downside, right? We just lost the ORB level 29,831. So I think I mean, you're targeting now, you're looking for the potential of this box down here to get hit. 29,770, right? You got 5 minutes left on the new candle. I think, yeah, you're looking for a push up in a short to the downside here, guys, for more downside. I think really quick, trying to quick short, see if we'll get it. Or are they going to yoke me here, right? They might want to yoke it all the way back up, guys, to be honest, before going lower. So I'm aware of that. I might have to exit and re-enter if they don't kind of flush it now. But a lot of downside, I think, kind of coming here. Looking for like 10, 15 points on the drop. There it is. There's 10 points. There's 15 points, guys. All right, well, might have to take that. Want it more. Yeah, there it is. Wanted 20 points or so here. Feel like it's in the cards, but I think we'll take that off. So if it kind of pushes up here and gives more kind of upside, I'll probably reshort. Right, I need probably a little bit more retracement. I feel like this box is going to get hit 758, chat, but I feel like they're going to push it up right first. We didn't get the strong retracement down. You had close to 20 points there before the push back up, so it is what it is. If you took it, drop the W in the chat. You got paid. If you faded, use the code PW. You got slayed. All right, so the top wick got formed 825. Is that enough to kind of go lower? Is the question. Do I think we take out session lows? Yeah, possibility. I'm not sure. So, just need to kind of, so because like what you don't want to happen here is that you see how you got the downside push up, another downside, right? Maybe a higher low, and they push this thing back up. I'm still a little cautious only because he is talking, right? And he were referring to, chat, obviously the Fed chair. So that is a little concerning, right? So you're kind of taking bits and pieces of what they're giving you here, but you do have to have in the back of your mind that Warsh is speaking right now. So I think if they lose these lows back below 787, obviously you're targeting, I think, 745. We just tapped the ORB low of 29,831. So now you're kind of waiting to see, chat, how this plays, right? Another rejection off the ORB low. Will they flush Magush here? Back below 787. That's the area that I think you're kind of watching. He just started right now? Yeah. So you might get some kind of like knee-jerk reaction here, chat. Just be aware of that. You might get a pop, as an example. A lot of times they like to go the opposite direction of what has been kind of happening. So maybe he's a little late to the party. So we will find out. Give me 1 second, chat. All right, so more downside, kind of creeping in. Broke that previous candle low. I think we go lower here, chat. We just tapped basically the bottom of the box, but I think there could be more downside kind of in store here. You're all watching the bottom of that box to see if it kind of bounces from those lows, but 759 just got tapped. Got to be a little careful here. You might get a yoke right back up. But that was what we kind of talked about, right? 786 gets taken out, and then you're looking at the bottom of the box to get taken. Is there more? Well, you got 700 level. Right? I mean, 700 level would be the next level, chat. If there's more downside kind of creeping in here, you would think, right, that level possibly gets hit. $29,007. 700. Let me kind of go to the 1 hour chart. All right, so the 1 hour chart, we just broke those levels up here. So remember that crazy wick that we had from the 14th, guys, yesterday at 10 o'clock? That wick, the bottom of it's like 570. So there's room if they want to kind of flush McGush here to the downside. So with that crazy wick on a higher time frame. So down here. And that's what it's, I mean, yeah, you got to be bearish here, chat. I think, right, there's nothing kind of saying that we're doing anything different. This is a bleed out, it looks like, at the moment for more downside. Kind of targeting towards 700. I think if we lose that, then the 500s are possibly in the cards. When you say they, are you referring to the market? I mean, institutions, the people that drive the market. Retail traders do not control the market. We don't drive it, right? You need a lot of capital to move the market. There it is. More downside kind of creeping in. This thing is a bleed out, guys. So she gone to the downside. She gone. Worse is just macking on inflation, which might explain this. Yeah. Yep. So might explain it. I think any kind of pullback right now, you're looking for an opportunity to get short, right? It's hard to want to get long. Get back below the lows here. I think they popped 654. I think we head down to lower 500, chat, to the downside. It's just that some of these moves are, you have to be kind of quick on the trigger because, you know, obviously there's momentum in the market. There's volatility in the market because you got a Fed chair literally kind of testifying, guys. But you're short bias until I think something kind of tells you something different. I think the shorts are the move here. That's it, right? You kind of ride the volatility to the downside, and you would expect some kind of pullback at some point for an opportunity to probably get short. But you have to realize that the momentum is kind of leaning to the downside. So any kind of pullback, you're kind of looking for an opportunity, right, to kind of join the party to the downside. So as an example, this candle has 3 minutes, 36 seconds. You had a push back up very quickly, you know, but does it actually kind of give you the momentum move to the downside here for continuation, or do they push it all the way back up? And then you get some kind of lower high for the move, for the entry to go short, if that makes any sense. Because we're so far away, like we've had a move, had a pretty drastic kind of push down. So nothing wrong with waiting for some kind of lower high to kind of get formed. $30-minute candle close in a few minutes. Yeah, it does. And that's kind of like what I'm getting at, right? You're going to have opportunities if this, you know, if we're going to kind of trend to the downside, you should have some opportunities. This is a 30-minute candle. You got about a minute 54 seconds left, chat, right? So you're kind of looking to see if, you know, some kind of push up, lower high, and then it kind of rolls back over, right, to the downside as an example. So took us a while to kind of, once we got a solid candle closure below the ORB at 1010, we had basically a bleed out from 800 down, almost about 200 points. So no live today? What? What? Bouquet? What? No live. Yeah. There's no live trading today. There's no. We're not live. Oh man. All right. What a pushback up here, chat. Probably expect it, right? Got to be cautious of that. 30-minute candles getting ready to close out here in about 37 seconds. So you're just waiting for basically some kind of rejection after this push, possibility to get short. That's what you're probably looking for. So D, when are you going live today? Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. 29,720 area. All right, here comes the 30-minute candle closure, guys. Just closed out. Maybe they push it up, form some kind of top wick, and then sell back off, right, to the downside. Ideally, that's what I would want. Is basically some kind of push up. Dig into that candle's body. previous candle's body, chat, and then sell off to the downside, right? And they're doing it now. So wanted more of a push, to be honest. Kind of hate that because there's still room on that 30-minute candle to the upside. You feel like, right, they're gonna try to prop it, so got to be a little careful here, chat. I like the shorts. I just want it basically more of a push up, kind of digging into the candle body. Might have to kind of join the party here because they might not give that deeper retracement that I actually wanted. Kind of hate when that happens, but see the 5-minute chart kind of rolling over. Yeah, it's already kind of rolling over to the downside, it looks like. Let me see something here, guys. And you know, a lot of times the moment you get short, they kind of push it. But I'm going to try it, guys. Quick short. Can we break down lower? Or are they going to yoke me, right? Had about 10 points right away. Yeah, this is not good. They're going to probably yoke me here. You got to love that, guys. Was up a quick 10 points, pretty much no drawdown, and then here comes the yoke, right? They're not dropping it now. So a lot of times when you're in profit quick and you don't take it, they're going to yoke you. So I'm going to have to chop this trade, I think. Give it a second. Yeah, that's not a good candle closure. Probably going to pop that high and take off to the upside here. So I'm going to have to re-enter higher, guys. More than likely for a short. So let me see how this kind of plays. Had about 10 points right away and did not take it because I felt like they were going to try to pop those lows. They kind of took off. I was looking at a 30-minute candle top wick, and I might have to enter kind of, you know, higher for a short. So I'm still short bias. Might have to re-enter in a second. We'll see. Maybe they kind of push up and form that top wick above 736, and then they give me the continuation play, kind of riding it back down. So I felt like there was more than 10 points, quite honestly, on the table based off the 30-minute chart, and we'll have to kind of see how this plays. But they might want to dig into this candle's body up here towards like 775, 800 or so, and then sell back off. So I'm trying to measure it now, to be honest. Was that enough to kind of sell back off here, guys? For a short. Like tempted to actually short it now, to be honest, back down. Try to ride it to new lows, but we'll see. Could be the move here. It's having a hard time, guys. I do see that, but I'm aware that it's 10:35. So the thought process is that we dig into that previous candle body a little bit and then kind of sell back off. And I didn't kind of give it enough, I think, time to kind of formulate there. Had about 10 points and wanted more, didn't take it. So looking for another entry for a possible short. If we start to kind of show weakness, I think that would be the move. If they start kind of pushing it, then so be it. But I think if we lose, yeah, Starting to kind of drop again, guys. Kind of wonky like price action here, but I'm short again. Looking for a test of 543. There's 25 points. Can we get a flush here? Entry was 692. Definitely Yoki. Come on. 25 points. Yeah. You want to flush Magush here, guys. 35 points. I want 543, 643. There it is. There is over 40 points. Can we get the flush from 692 to 43? There's 45 points. Want a little bit more, guys. There it is. There it is. You got over 45 points there. Make no mistake about it. TP got hit. They played me on the first trade. DMONEY said no sorry, Bob. We had to re-enter for the short. Make no mistake about it. Oh man. So sometimes that's how it is, guys, right? You enter early and you know that there's probably a deeper retracement if it didn't kind of give you the follow through there. So I just had to re-enter. Somebody said small W. Oh man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, chat. So the funny part is the losing trade with a 10-point winner. Entry was a little premature and early, clearly, right? Because we just got the downside momentum kind of stepping in. You had 45 points or a little bit more than that right at it, kicked me out. So you gotta love it. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. The thought process was based off the 30-minute chart. See, the problem is, chat, you don't know how deep that retracement's gonna be before the continuation move, right? So if sometimes it just doesn't feel right because they're not kind of giving you the follow through, right? And you have to exit the trade. And some people can't do that because they don't want to take a loss. If that makes any sense, chat. Right? Some people don't want to take a loss, so they'll just hold it and kind of eat all that drawdown. DMONEY can't do that, chat. I would rather scrap it and re-enter. So there it is. Thanks, DMONEY. One more day and I will be eligible for a payout. You gotta love it. That is good to hear. So it's scary to get short at these bottoms. Yeah, not necessarily, because so what you gotta realize is that there is actually a lot of bearish momentum in the market. You're basically right now you're joining the party. If you're a momentum trader, you are literally joining the momentum to the downside. The problem is you don't know how deep the retracement back up is going to be before the bears take over, if that makes any sense. So that's what I'm kind of getting at, chat. And you know, sometimes it makes sense to kind of chop it and re-enter. That's all. Everybody trades differently, so however you trade is how you trade it. But that's how I trade, to be honest. So I see a lot of bearish momentum on a higher time frame. You look at the 4-hour chart. This is a bleed out, right? There's nothing right now telling you to get long. So if you're afraid to kind of short this, unfortunately, you're gonna miss out on the downside momentum in the market. That's what I'm seeing. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Shout out to 3 Ever Ready. That is Cray Cray with little Ray Ray. Apparently he is up $5,000. So hey, D-Money, any update on the plumbing issues? Well, I mean, I have actually, you know, overextended myself, chat, and the credit cards are maxed out. Thanks to Javier for dropping the doobie here. So you know, PW flat out told me, if you're not aware of the plumbing issues, yeah, we had. I'm not sure if another mentorship is gonna happen here, chat, for D-Money, because I am very disappointed. And my credit cards are overextended, chat, because of the Javier situation. So unfortunately, I will not be probably doing another mentorship anytime soon, because those credit cards got to get paid off. If you missed the story, yeah, we had a mentorship here and the mentee did not follow the rules. We got a strict rule here that you do not drop doobies here at the BDH, and unfortunately there were multiple doobies dropped by the mentee, and that caused a plumbing issue, long story short, chat, and I had to put the plumbing bill on 2 credit cards. PW said he was not paying that because it was my mentee. So I don't you know, I don't know how I feel about that. There it is. There's more downside, chat. Like I said earlier, if you're afraid to kind of short this, unfortunately, you're probably missing out on the continuation move to the downside. That's just what it is, chat. So that box got hit completely. If you look at the 4-hour chart, will we continue? You got to map out the daily level now. This could be a level of interest for the bears down here at 29,300, chat. That is a clear level on the 4-hour chart. That is the next level if the bleed out continues. You just had a 45-point plus trade, and we'll have to kind of see what happens now. But clearly the bears are stepping in with aggression. Ginger said this story. Any idea what's going on in today's game? Yeah, we gotta actually talk about that. So while we kind of wait here, we will do the weather report. We got you covered, don't you worry. Weather report for today, Fort Lauderdale, chat. Currently 88 degrees, partly cloudy. The high today is going to be 93 degrees. The low overnight was 79. So partly cloudy at the moment. You still got a heat advisory going on, which is very strange. It's pretty much every day at this point. You might as well just kind of count that as being effective every day. So it looks like we got some sun peeking through the clouds around 2 o'clock. That'll last up until about 7 p.m. chat. You got sunset coming up at 8:14 today, and it looks like there is no rain in the forecast. So that is your weather forecast, brought to you by the BDH and D-Money. You gotta love it. Chat was hating on your weather report and Denny stream last night. Yeah, I really don't care. That's fine. So, like, right? I mean, chat, at the end of the day, you gotta understand there's gonna be people that gravitate more towards a certain streamer. That's just what it is. You're gonna have Denny supporters, you're gonna have D-Money supporters, you're gonna have PW supporters. That's just what it is, guys. Am I going to lose sleep over that? Absolutely not. All right, so price is kind of sitting here at 29,565. You know, what's going to happen now? We don't know, chat, right? I mean, is it more downside? Possibility. Do we need a push back up before kind of giving you that continuation move? So if you measure out the moves here from 9 o'clock, well, we'll do this, right? Because we'll do from market open. We know that we got the high at 977. So just off of the ORB high, chat, of 977, 29,977, kind of map that out, right, to the downside. We have dropped 440 points, chat. So is there time, you know, the market needs some kind of push back up? Could be a possibility because we've already kind of expanded almost 500 points or dropped almost 500 points to the downside, right? Need to be a little cautious of that. Kind of be aware that the market might need some kind of push. Even if they're going to head lower, chat, does not mean we can't head lower. It just simply means that they might need, you know, some kind of reprieve before headed in that direction. So just be a little smart. Just make sure you don't leave DMONEY. Leave us DMONEY. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just literally saying that you can't get caught up in a handful of people that actually, you know, that's just how it is, chat. People are gonna say things about each streamer, right? There's multiple things I see across the chat about. I've seen things about every streamer at this point at the BDH in the chat. So, I mean, it is what it is. You can't get caught up in that. If you get caught up in that and worried about it, then I mean that's an issue. So look uppers, yeah. I mean that's what I'm saying. You got to be cautious here because there's literally almost a 500 point drop. So there could be, and you got to be mindful that we're getting pretty close to the close of a 1 hour candle. Guys, you got about 11 minutes left, right? So a lot of times you do get a kind of like a reaction opposite direction, kind of going into that candle closure, and then you'll get the continuation move on the following candle, if that makes any sense, right? You might get a wick up. DMONEY, my favorite corn dog. Oh man, oh man, it's crazy. Why does a candle closing cause a reaction? It doesn't seem like there's any correlation aside maybe a mental one. No, the thing is that a lot of times going into the close of a higher time frame candle, you get a push back the opposite direction. It's clearly happening right now. You don't see you had a 531 we retraced over 100 points right back up. You don't see that on the higher time frame candle. And notice the time, right? Notice the time right now, and you're starting to get a reaction back the opposite direction. So because a lot of times there's profit taking, people are taking profit. If they wrote this thing down, they're not holding it going into the new candle. Because they know that there could be a push up on that new candle, even if we're going to go lower to maybe form some kind of top wick and then expand back to the downside. So that's just what it is, chat. Shout out to Spencer 3308 for the $5 tip. Thank you, D-Money, for all your help. Just took another payout with Lucid on Flex. Much love, brother. Hey, man, I'm happy to hear that. So you are the second person today that has gotten a payout here that dropped it in the chat. Anybody else requested payouts? If you requested a payout, drop it in the chat. We want to know. JTeebs, I have yet to see I see it clap, D-Money. Yeah, you're gonna see it clap right now in timeout. So there it is. Come on back in about 60 seconds, thinking differently about life, sir. That's what you're gonna see clapping here, because you're not gonna like. Oh man, unreal. Crazy chat. Some of these people. There he is. Big Brawley's in the chat. You got NQ underscore BBL as well. I requested a payout, but I'm never passing eval in 6 years. LOL. Oh man. Yeah, it's about that time where people are starting to feel free. You get a 45-point trade, and unfortunately, that brings out the hooligans in the chat. So oh man, where are we sitting at with likes, chat? We just had a banging trade there, and where are we sitting with the likes? Curious to know. I'm gonna check. Got almost 3,500 people tuned in. We're sitting at 1,200 likes. So if you haven't already, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. Kind of waiting to see how this plays now. You had some bullish kind of had a pin bar put in, bullish candle, right? Higher low. You're looking now to see if this is going to be another higher low, and then we expand to the upside. $29,615 chat. Somebody said earlier that it's going to be a 2-hour deal. Yesterday it was 2 hours. So is it going to be another 2-hour testimony from Warsh? We don't know, but we're going to find out. At least the price action is better today. Yeah, so far, right? You're getting follow through instead of like a whole bunch of chop. We had a lot of chop yesterday, kind of waiting for him to kind of, go through the motions, I guess. Then you had Trump, and you know that Trump still is a possibility today, chat. Make no mistake about it. So we know that he could pop on and get the party started. Getting a bit of a rejection. 15-minute candles having a hard time here. You got a long wick, top and a bottom. So that's indecision, chat. Right? When you kind of see that indecision, kind of stepping into the market, battle going on between the bulls and the bears when you see the long bottom and top wick. So need to be a little cautious of that. Easy to get chopped, right? Easy to get chopped when you got long wicks, top and bottom, because if you're trying to get long and then it rejects on you, you probably got chopped, right? If you're trying to get short and it pushes back up, you obviously got chopped. So nothing wrong with being patient, I think. Check something here. Well, I mean, hey, if you were Chat, we got to talk about this because there were quite a few people in the chat yesterday that was very adamant in regards to France. I remember the World Cup. That is correct, Amondo. So Spain pulled it out yesterday, shut down France to advance to the World Cup final. Make no mistake about it. So today you got England and Argentina, chat, at 3 o'clock. So probably won't be able to. I'll catch some of that. Got a dentist appointment today, this afternoon. Got to get my teeth cleaned. So DMONEY doesn't play about that, chat, so we can't skip those appointments. So make no mistake about it. I got that scheduled. But you got England and Argentina today coming up. Who do you have, chat? Drop it in the chat. Who do you have advancing to the finals? England or Argentina? Oh, man. A lot of England. Wow. A lot of England in the chat. This is cray cray with little Ray Ray. Neela saying Argentina. Yeah. Oh, man. We hate Argentina. Well, you hate Argentina. Yeah, we're gonna drop. I think we gotta drop a poll here, chat. Yeah, this is very concerned. You know, this is very. There's some passionate people here in the chat in regards to this. So. Hold on 1 second, guys. Get your vote in, chat. Let's see how the party is rolling here in regards to this. We need to know because there's some passionate people in the chat. We're waiting for this 1 hour candle to kind of close out. You got less than 2 minutes here. You got Apex accounts, 90% off a 5-pack. You're able to get 5 trailing drawdown accounts, chat. Believe it or not, 50K accounts for $95. The math works out there to be $19 per account. $59 activation fee for the trailing drawdown accounts, all sizes, believe it or not. Make no mistake about it. Do you recommend Wealth 365? DMONEY only rocks out with TradeAway prop. So I think I said that yesterday. So yeah, TradeAway prop is actually the one and only platform of the BDH, and that's what I started trading futures with, and that's what it's going to be. You still have 30 days to pass. That is correct. You got 30 days to pass. You got 7 days to activate the account after it is completed as well. All right, so right now, just kind of checking on this. 298 votes. Wow, 56% feel that England's gonna win. 44% going for Argentina. That is very strange. I wouldn't think that, only because obviously Argentina actually won the last cup. So apparently people are not convinced that they have enough to get it done this go round. So Based on the poll, they are the underdogs going into this this match. Kalshi has England as the favorite. Yeah, but we know how that works. That could mean a lot of people are going to lose some money today. I mean, right? Could easily mean that, chat. We're kind of building out. This was the 1 hour candle just closed out. It was bearish. You can kind of see how now it's just kind of hanging out here. 29,610, chat. You do see some consolidation though. Almost feeling like we're building out some kind of bottom here, to be honest, on the 5-minute chart. You see all these higher lows. So if we lose these lows, obviously more downside, chat, right? I mean, that's how you would have to look at it. We get back below, I think, 540 area. I think more downside. If we kind of maintain these lows, you got a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, then we could be getting ready for a bounce back the opposite direction. I think you target 29,000, possibly 700. So bit of a range here. We're kind of stuck in, kind of building out something. We know there's a lot of downside kind of selling pressure in the market. Who's gonna win this battle, right? I think that's the question here. You stop popping, or basically kind of wiping out previous candles lows. You might have an answer. And we might just chop here for a little bit, guys, right? We could easily chop here for a little bit until the market kind of makes up his mind what it wants to do. But I think it's hard to kind of want to short this after a 500-point drop. I think you're almost leaning to the upside here as long as these lows kind of hang out. Just got 190 on the long. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Captain Big Corn Dog, he's saying Harry Kane. You can see the 15-minute chart got a bullish pin bar, or a bullish hammer, I should say. Kind of like a clean support was formed here on the 15-minute chart, chat. That needs to hold up, I think, and then you got more upside, right? Are these equal highs as well? It is pretty close to an equal high. You got 29,644 and then 29,642.75. So that is very interesting as well, that you're getting pretty, looks like there could be almost like an equal high. If we break that equal high, look out. Probably a lot more upside, chat. If we break the lows, then I think we all know where we're headed, right? I mean, that's pretty simple based off the chart. And that would be back to 538. Or lower. So kind of waiting to see who wins this battle. You can kind of map it out and then kind of go from there. All right, we just took out that previous candle's low, chat. That's not great for the bulls. Maybe they kind of push it up a little bit, form that top wick, and then expand lower to the downside. I think we're, that 555, 558 level. They might try to challenge this thing. But you just had that low taken out. Maybe they kind of push up, form a wick, and then expand lower to the downside. Who knows from here, right? You're kind of watching to see. But a bunch of barcoding. And that could be expected after a 500, almost 500 point kind of sell off. This is the 1 hour candle right now. 15-minute candle trying to push up, it looks like, slowly. Like, you know, you got to be a little cautious of this kind of wonky price action, but we know there's a lot of upside if they really want to kind of push the issue here, because we've already had a ton of selling pressure. So it can go either direction, guys. Honestly, we've already dug into the previous candle's bottom wick here, 15-minute chart. You know, do they push this thing up? And then kind of revisit up here above 680 or so, or do they kind of stall it? So hit the restroom real quick, guys. Give me a second. Oh, we knew it was gonna be there. We knew it. There it is. There's the turds here, but DMONEY had to get rid of the water and the Red Bull. You gotta love it, chat. Somebody said pinch it off already. Oh man. Max out another credit card. Yeah, that would not be happening. We don't have any more credit cards to max out, so that definitely won't be happening because DMONEY has reached his credit limit, and we will not be overextending ourselves here financially, chat. So you got to be financially smart, and we are strapped because of the last two cards, so that will not be happening, my good sir. One second here, guys. Pull this up. We're just kind of stalling out here. 29,600 guys, right? I mean, we've kind of stalled, kind of bouncing back and forth. It looks like they want to push it higher, but we're not breaking down, and we're not necessarily pushing with conviction in either direction at the moment. I think you would probably have to lean towards longs if the longer this kind of continues. See how we got pretty close up there to 660 level and then pull back, so we'll see. Did he blow an account? No. What are you talking about? Where have you been? Ice Fire Gaming, where have you been? We had a 45-point winning trade. That was the last trade that we take. Like, where have you been? Were you not here for the whole show? Shame on you. Shame on you, my good sir. Unreal. Just kind of waiting here, chat. We need something a little convincing to kind of want to join the party. So you do have 40% off if you bundle 5 accounts. You got the 5-pack bundle there with Tradify, guys. It gets you 40% off because you get an extra 5%. So using the code PW, you know the vibes. Pretty strong reaction, I will say that, from the bears, kind of like off of that 14 EMA, guys. So you're just kind of waiting, letting this thing kind of play out. While we kind of wait, we do have, you know, it looks like it could be a short kind of creeping into the market here. I'm not going to lie. So I am kind of watching that. We got to keep our promise to the females in the chat. Oh man, yesterday we had some things going about females and their cars, guys, in the chat, and we had some females that were a little salty, and they were not happy about it. They vocalized that they wanted to join in the party. And in true DMONEY fashion, we got you covered. So I'm pulling this up right now because I had a couple things written down, and we'll cover one of those today, chat. Let me pull this up real quick in here. And it's gonna get some females riled up. I think so the guys in the chat, be prepared, because you're gonna get an earful here from the ladies. Hope you are mentally prepared. Looking like the shorts are stepping in here, guys. This thing is looking bearish, like it's getting ready to roll over. So I am potentially looking for a short here. Let's kind of see this for a second. He had a rejection off the EMA, and then now we're down at 598, right? So is that an indication that we're gonna head lower, chat? For a short. I think I like it. I'm gonna try a short here, guys. I'm short. Had some selling pressure and then got yoked right back up on a wick. 5-minute chart. Had about 10 points, I think, or 15 points. I think this is the second time I got yoked here, to be honest. Wanted basically the lows to get taken. Gotta watch this though, guys. I don't like that top wick. Yeah, this is a yoke. Might have to re-enter higher. I'm not gonna give it too many more points. It flushed and pushed right back up on me, guys. So I'm gonna close that. So that is a true definition of a yoke. I got in and I think I probably had 10 points or maybe 15 points right away. That's the second time that's happened. So I might have to re-enter up here towards like 640 and try to ride it back down. They stabbed basically 528 and pushed right back up. So that's just how it is sometimes, right, with the entry, unfortunately. So I'm gonna probably wait for it to kind of form a wick and then maybe try to sell it back off to the downside. You hate when that happens. But I mean, that was the break of the level. And look at the push. Look at that wick. I mean, that is a 65-point push right back up, chat. So that happens, right? So now I need to wait and see if this level gets respected, the 660s. This was the level I was watching. And we broke it to the downside and then pushed right back inside of the consolidation box. So might be looking to rejoin if we start to show some weakness here. Kind of tricky price action there. You gotta, you know, it's unfortunate, but it happens. That's part of trading, right? There's nothing you can do about it. The better entry would have been right off the EMA up here at 663 and try to ride it down. But I tried to join the momentum basically on the break of the lows, and it did not print. Well, it printed, but I didn't close it, right? Because you had I think about 15 points or right at it. So let's see how this plays, guys. Bullish pin bar. And then now it'll collapse to the downside here. More than likely. For another opportunity to get short. I think I was a little early on the short, chat. But let me see if I can kind of frame another setup here. Maybe get a rejection down. Kind of digging into like 540 or so. If they pop these highs, then we could be headed back towards 650. So need to be a little cautious of like kind of like where we're sitting. You got a very small wick on the current 5-minute candle, so that's not great either, right? For the bearish standpoint, because they could easily want to pop that. So let's see if weakness steps in or if the bulls have enough juice to kind of take us back to the upside. I think this was a fake out, and we could possibly flush Magush here for another short, riding it back down, guys. Try it one more time. Feel like that was a fake out, but who knows, guys? I don't know, right? That's happened to me twice today. We'll try it one more time here. See if we get follow through. If we don't, we don't. be targeting 526. All right, there's over 10 points, guys. Can we get more here? There's 15 points. $20 points, 25 points. You gotta love it. Yeah, so I was early on the first short there. Clearly, right? Like I said, that's the second time. Funny thing is, it happened today, so it is what it is. It happens. Basically, I wanted 526, but I might chop it if it slows down. It needs to go here, chat, to the downside. Either way, you had that's 25, right at 25 points there. There it is. There's 30 points. Feel free to TP, guys. If you took the short, drop it in the chat. You got paid. Basically had the first trade, same idea, just basically was a little early. And waiting to see if we get followed through here. There's 35 points, chat. There it is. You gotta love it. Oh, man. All right, I think we'll take that off. You had about 35 points there, chat, right? So it is what it is. I think this, like I said, this is the second time. The funny thing is that previous trade, it's the same as the first trade that I took the loss on, right? It was up like 10 points or so, and then I didn't take it. Ended up getting 45 points on the next trade, same direction. This trade, the trade before this, closed it out, was up like I think 15 points or right at it, got chopped. This trade right here, you could have bagged 35 points. So what do you do, right? If you took it, drop a W in the chat. I think there could be more downside kind of creeping in here, but we'll have to see how this plays out. PW in the chat. What up, what up, what up, PW? He is in the chat. I grabbed a long at 29,550. Agreed with D-Money on bounce. Yeah, you gotta love it. So it looks like PW grabbed a long there. You got him in the chat. Drop PW in the chat for PW, guys. He is in the building. In the chat, that is. You gotta love it. Oh man, quite a volatility move here. We're kind of barcoding, but we're just taking what we can get. We've had, I mean, chat, you've had a 45-point winning trade. You had a 35-point trade. You've had, you know, I mean, it's we've had multiple winners here. You had the two losers were basically chop trades. I think you had a 20-point trade, maybe a few others. So we're taking what we can get. And we're vibing. So we got Warsh still testifying. He's been testifying for 2 days, chat. I'm not even making that up. So if you're new to, if you're just coming to the show, he testified yesterday as well. You also had Trump kind of pop in there towards the end, and he had something with our Iraq yesterday. Tuna Poppy. Oh man. So we gotta wait now, I think, and kind of see how this plays, chat. You see how you had that reaction off the EMA? We know that we've had about a 500 point sell-off to the downside. So if you kind of wonder the thought process, well, the thought process is since 9:30, you got the ORB up here, 29,977. You kind of measure that out, and I mean, you've had 442 points to the downside. So you got to figure that there's something kind of brewing here, chat. You see how you got all these bottoms, but we're not like crashing through the floor. You notice how we have like all these bottom wicks, and we're not necessarily crashing through the floor, right? So that's a little strange if you are a bear, right? Because you're kind of scratching your head, or maybe your bald spot if you are bald. So because you're trying to make sense of this, and you're trying to kind of figure out who could be in control. Obviously PW took a long, he caught a long on a bounce back up. And you know, if you look at the 15-minute chart, it looks a little messy, but you got to be a little cautious the lower we go. And you know, you're getting caught. We've dropped below all the EMAs. We've hit basically every box I mapped out, guys. You have to be almost kind of feeling like there's some kind of bounce coming, right? Yeah, PW saying the same thing, bounce. Yeah, that's the thing. It's looking like we are kind of building up here, chat, for some kind of recovery to the upside, right? So just be mindful of that any kind of short, you know, you're not probably looking to hold that, because the odds are, I think, in the favor of some kind of bounce higher, if that makes any sense, right? You got almost a 500 point drop. Common sense says that the market could want some kind of retracement to the upside. Somebody said full point long. Yeah. Oh man, we didn't say that, but it's definitely, we're not telling you to buy or sell. We're basically saying that I think you're always trying to see who has, or what direction has the higher odds of basically playing out, if that makes any sense. Because you're trading in probabilities, to be honest. And I think right now, all these bottoms, you have to be leaning towards possibly longs. That's all. I would love to see us break above the 14 EMA, chat, on the 5-minute chart. We haven't closed above it as of yet. So right now, 29,650 is the EMA that we need to close above, right? I think if we can hold that level, then I think we attempt to kind of get up here towards 781. That would be the thought process. We just had a 35 point short, and you know, but you have to be kind of cautious that you know, is there relief coming? Look at the bottom wick as well on the current 1 hour candle, chat, right? And you know that we have not dug very deep inside of the previous candle's body to the upside, if that makes any sense, right? The top wick is about 30 points currently at the moment. That's not a lot, right? When you look at the total range of the current 1 hour candle, the total range is of the previous 1 hour candle, 358 points. You got a 30 point top wick. So And I think if the time kind of serves us correctly, that would mean that in about 30 minutes, Warsh is done speaking, or testifying, I should say, chat. 30-minute chart looks cracked out. Well, the 30-minute chart, if you look at it, you can kind of see that you got a bullish like pin bar as well on the previous candle. So that would make sense as well, that we push down a little bit, maybe form some kind of bottom wick, and then we expand out of this thing back above 660, looking for mid 700s. We don't even really need this box anymore, chat, because we already hit that level, right? We already took out that level. We swiped the lows. So I think now you're kind of looking as a possible kind of breakout here to the upside. You're looking for entries somewhere inside of this box for longs, for a pop. I think that's the move. Uh, 648, and it's clearly kind of trying to do that now. It feels like we're slowly kind of extending, trying to get above these levels, chat, to the upside for a bounce here. So let's see if we can reclaim that 14 EMA. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. We just out here trying to make a little monies. Hey D, how do I add 5 accounts on Tradeify to get the bundle? Yeah, there's actually a 5-pack option in Q_BBO. You just select the 5-pack option. You gotta love that NQ_BBO has fully embraced the name that we gave him, chat, right? He has fully embraced it to the highest degree. He is wearing that name like a badge of honor. So shout out to NQ_BBL. And we even clarified, we made sure that he understood what it meant, chat, and he said he knew what it meant. So that is some dedication, sir. You are a real OG, and we appreciate you embracing the name. So for our entertainment, to say the least. I believe the meeting isn't over until 12 Central Time. That's 1 your time, so it may not be over yet. Yeah, somebody said earlier though that it was 2 hours. It was about 2 hours yesterday as well. So we'll have to kind of monitor that and see how it plays, chat. That's it. It's got to monitor it. But I think you're kind of, you know, the trickiest part right now is if you're trying to get long, you're probably trying to buy off like 570. You're not trying to buy up here. You're trying to buy off the bottoms, off the support that was kind of formed down here, and you're trying to ride it up, if that makes any sense. So now if we start kind of forming higher lows, you know, then that would be, you know, also ideal. But that's what I'm seeing. What does the box mean? Yeah, the box just basically gives you a visual that we're ranging. We're in a consolidation range right now. We're barcoding, so to speak. And you got all this basically every time we kind of get down to the 550 area, we get a bounce back up. Right, so that's simple math. You can kind of measure it out. We're a little bit over 100-point range. We're kind of playing in right now. And you see how you had basically here, chat, you had selling pressure, retracement, selling pressure. Now we're in consolidation, and then you would expect us more than likely to kind of pop this range, take off back to the upside. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. That's all. The box just gives you a visual. You don't need the box, but it gives you a visual of currently kind of like what's going on in the market. Waiting for a break. Yeah. So you, I literally just said that, right? You would either be buying towards the bottom of the range and you're anticipating a breakout above the top of the range, or you wait for a breakout. Simple as that. I mean, it's either or, you know, depending on where your entry was. I like what I'm seeing though, as far as feels like we're trying to build up to kind of get a bazooka candle out of this level. Chat, that's it. I like the 1 hour chart. Bottom wick on the 1 hour chart. So if you rock out with DMONEY, you know how I feel about that, right? We need to push down and form that bottom wick to be able to kind of extend to the upside. And I think that's what's happening right now. It's just taking some time because he's literally speaking. So the way that I look at this is that you can afford to be patient, because if we're really gonna break out and this is like a recovery to the upside, there is a lot of room up here, chat. Top of the ORB is 300 points away. So if that makes any sense, there's a lot of room. If it's ranging like this, would you determine if you wanted to buy the top and short down low, or vice versa? Yeah. I mean, I'm saying it as clear as I can literally say it. I'm not looking for shorts right now. We've already had 2 shorts, chat, right? We had a 45-point winning trade for a short. We had a 35-point trade for a short, right? And I mean, with all these bottoms that are kind of forming, that the bottoms, chat, it's basically like support, right? Because I can technically draw this down here and kind of map and be like, yeah, you see how we're kind of bouncing back up every time we hit these lows. We're kind of bouncing back up. So I feel like a bazooka candle's coming at some point, just a matter of when. So like I said, a closure above 14 EMA, you're looking for longs, in my opinion, chat. So while we kind of wait, ladies in the chat, as promised, we're on your side today. DMONEY's on your side. Yesterday, we you know, maybe I was a little leaning towards the guys, right? Because we had a poll in regards to dealing with ladies with messy cars. So today, ladies in the chat, drop something in the chat that your significant other or males, guys in general, need to stop doing that pisses you off. Because the guys, they need to hear it, right? So this is your time, ladies, to vent. Drop it in the chat, something that pisses you off about guys in general. And we will make sure that they see it, right? Coach Cleats, we don't care. Yeah, you're probably single, Coach Cleats, and you're probably not getting any play, so that's why you don't care. You haven't figured it out. I said small corn dogs. Oh, man. Oh, man. Making gum sculptures, leaving dirty laundry next to the basket instead of in it. Oh, man. This is crazy, chat. This is crazy. Lying. Yeah. Oh, man. Quick draw McGraw. Sleepy Mocha. Wow. Very, very descriptive there. Not putting stuff back in the designated spot. Leaving beard hair in the sink, in the toilet seat up. I hate when my man takes a crap with the door open. So, fellas, you need to listen. We're trying to give you some pointers here to keep you in the game, and if you're not taking notes, unfortunately you're not gonna make it. So leaving his stinky wetsuit in our shower, yeah, that can be very annoying. Be mindful of your behavior or on social media. That is correct, Amando. I agree with you. I agree. So who poops with the door open? Well, apparently he does. And she's very frustrated about it, so we got to talk about it. So My man is perfect. Oh, okay. Leaving pee drips by the toilet. Now that right there is a very sensitive topic, and I'm glad that you brought that up because it needs to be controlled. Belching while I'm eating, yeah, that could be very rude. So that is leaving the toothpaste open. He also likes to micromanage me a little bit. Stop it. Haha. Yeah. Passing gas in front of me, so he lets it rip, and he doesn't. You guys aren't on the same page with that. That can be a bit of a concern. So that can be a bit of a concern. I agree. Cheating with another dude. Now that is very concerning. You might need to call Dr. Phil or somebody. That is not the topic for the D-Money show, because I can't help you with that. We're not going down that avenue. So. Oh man, hey, as promised, we got the ladies covered today, chat. This is their day to vent about things that pisses them off, and they are clearly telling you. So if you don't decide to listen, that is on you. So leaving crap without flushing, yeah, that is very concerning, and that probably would be a deal breaker for D-Money. I'm just being honest, chat. Learn to lead. Wow. Taking selfies. Oh my. Making me laugh through this chop session. Yeah, that sounds about right. So leaving Dookie is crazy. Yeah, that is a bit crazy. Ginger, they're looking for your comments. Ginger doesn't want to comment here. Isn't that strange, chat, that she is not commenting her frustrations with guys as far as what pisses her off about guys in general. So Ginger is being very quiet here. So oh man. It's crazy. Oh man, well, yeah, if you missed the stream yesterday, we had a topic for the guys in regards to, you know, females, their wife or significant other, and having to clean their dirty car because their car was filthy in the inside. So there was a lot of riled up females in the chat. I got a few DMs, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I got a few DMs yesterday afternoon, and people were pissed off. Females were pissed off. The ladies in the chat. So I had to redeem myself here and allow the ladies time to vent their frustrations with guys and something that pisses them off. So that's why we are doing this topic today. Man, not much to write home about either way. We're just kind of waiting here, chat. So we got time, right? We're still consolidating in the range, so we haven't broken out either direction. So Nikki Trace, thanks D-Money, we love you. Hey, I appreciate that. Denny has a fair value. Denny has a fair value gap when he smiles. Oh man, cray with little Ray Ray. There she is. Ginger is in the chat. She said, "What did I miss?" Ginger, the topic for the ladies today is something that pisses you off about guys in general. Yesterday, obviously, we had a topic that was geared towards females in dirty cars in the inside interior, and today is basically things that guys do or whatever that pisses off females. Everybody wants to know your reply, Ginger, so you can't just put haha. We need to hear something from you because you are in the chat. So when your answer is always okay, oh man. We had quite the why do selfies for guys mean cheat, but for girls it's just regular? Yeah, Josh, stop trying that. Josh, we're gonna give you a timeout, sir. We're not, you know, this is not the time for the guys to try to, you know. Ginger said not following through in what they say they will do. Now that could be a concern, fellas. So you got to make sure that you are following up and following through on your commitments and what you say you're going to do, because apparently that is a issue for the ladies in the chat. A man is only as good as his word. Don't lie. Oh, man. What else, ladies? Anything else? This is your time to voice your frustrations with males in general. Not being psychic? Yeah, that sounds about right. that sounds about right. Not being psychic. Notice the men said one thing, but they get a paragraph. Oh, yeah. You know that was going to come. You know that was going to happen. My wife does not like when I say I'll do it later. Yeah, they want it done right away. Oh, man. Men play entirely too much. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. Yeah. Well. I mean, there it is. You got it, Chad. As promised for the ladies, I have delivered. You can't say that I did not deliver to the ladies in the chat. So if you haven't already, guys, do me a solid. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. So figured we would get the ladies fired up, get the response from them today. It's cray cray with Lil Ray Ray. Just kind of hanging out here, guys. You can kind of see it, right? Nothing to write home about right now. If you're kind of biting at the bit, that might be kind of like an appetite for destruction. We've literally went nowhere, right? Just kind of still stuck in this range. You need to wait. If you're just tuning in now, we have clearly went range bound. And easily an area to kind of get chopped in if you're not careful here. So let's see. 29,580 again. That's the level that we just kind of bounced from. It's kind of mapping this thing out. So you got the levels. Let me do this because I know somebody's like kind of questioning what's going on here. There's always somebody, chat. Blue Sky, 50% off lunch plans, chat, using the code PW50. I know PW dropped a video a few days back in regards to Blue Sky and the plans that they have available. You're able to check that video out as well on the page after the stream. The thing is, one of my accounts is rejecting my trades, but it's not blown yet. Yeah. Is it not blown yet, or is it just delayed? I don't know. That sounds a little strange that hold on one second here, guys. It says you activate the bundle at checkout. So somebody keeps kind of bringing up the same question here about the Tradeify account. So you literally activate the bundle at checkout. Buy 5 accounts and save 5%. So once you get into checkout, you should be able to bundle those. Let me see if I can. Hold on one second. Let me do something here, guys. I go to checkout and there's no bundle button. One second, let me check. It's a box. Yeah, it is a box. Yep. Let me log in on this main page here. Hold on, guys, for 1 second. Yeah, so it's actually here. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to log in real quick to see if I can find it. So down here, option number 4, bundle and save. Buy 5 accounts and save an extra $42. You literally click the checkbox. So you might have to log in and then go to add account, and then it should pop up like this. Option number 4, right? Number 4. Buy 5 accounts and save $42 extra. Save 5% when you buy 5 select 50K accounts, as an example. So there it is. So you got to log in, right? Log in first. We're referring to Tradeify. 40% off chat, 5-pack bundle, and save using the code PW. So don't do it from the main page. Do it from your login. You got to log in first. Log in and then go to add account. And then you'll see the options that I just showed you. That is correct, Amondo. So if you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. It's right at 12 o'clock. And we have literally kind of stalled out here. We know that we're waiting probably more than likely for Warsh to kind of finalize his testifying, and then you'll probably get continuation. Shout out to Holiday Brain in the chat. Literally said hit the like button. Seriously, nothing to dislike about DMONEY working through banging trades and the world's problems. That is correct, Amando. I would like to say I'm a vigilante in regards to the world's problems here on the DMONEY show. Yesterday we had the fellas back. Today we had the ladies back. Tomorrow you never know what side we're gonna lean towards, but I just got on. I'm thinking about getting the bundle. What do you prefer, select or growth? Yeah. So if you, I kind of talked about this multiple times, different occasions, right? In regards to these accounts. So the difference is if you go with the select accounts, make no mistake about it, you have the option for daily payouts. So it's going to depend on your preference, chat, right? So you got options here. The growth account, if you are a person that loves to, you want to pass in one day, you don't have an option. It's up going with the growth account, right? So that's number one, right? If you don't mind waiting, because it's going to take you 3 days because you got a 40% consistency rule on a select account, then you can obviously select that account. I like to select accounts, guys. Daily payouts is an option, right? So you kind of see pretty standard kind of setup here. 3K profit target on the 50K account, $2,000 a drawdown, 40% consistency. So it'll take you minimum 3 days to pass based off of that consistency percentage. Once you're funded though, you have an option to go either daily payouts, daily path or flex path, and the daily path grants you the possibility of daily payouts. Max payout $1,000 per day on the 50K account. If you go flex, you got 5 days to pay out $3,000 max payout, and both have no consistency rule. So that's the beauty of the select accounts, chat. Once you're funded, there is no consistency rule. However, you do have to kind of be mindful that you do have a daily loss limit, a DLL of $1,000 on the 50K account if you go daily, right? If you go flex path, there is no daily loss limit. So just kind of throwing that out there. We got you covered. 40% off, bundle and save more with the code PW at Tradeify. You know the vibes. Can you request a payout with Lucid before market closes? Yeah, typically you're gonna have to wait for the market to finalize for the day, and then you'll be able to request that payout. Now if you traded, double check your dashboard, right? A lot of times when you log into the dashboard, let's say you hit your payout an hour ago as an example, go to the dashboard, hit refresh, and it'll probably say like, payout or something, eligibility will be calculated at the end of the day, right? If it says that, you need to wait until 6 p.m. or maybe a little bit after 5. Hit refresh basically on the dashboard. If it doesn't grant it to you, then it'll be at market close. My dashboard is updated. Yeah, you probably got to wait, Fonjon, until this afternoon. Market close, that's all. Between Tradeify and Lucid, which do you recommend for a new trader? Yeah, they're going to be both very similar, to be honest. I think they're two of most popular props right now. So you know you got the deal here, 40% off all accounts. Tradeify, I think, is max 5 or 6 uses, 5 uses, and then 30% off, basically, right? Bundle and save the extra 5%. So just a heads up on that. It's very popular. Tradeify is very popular, right? Loose is very popular as well. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. So the 50K funded select account, if you go flex option, is very similar to the flex lucid 50K account, right? In all honesty, chat. The growth account is very similar to the pro account. The only difference now with lucid, you got no daily loss limit as an option, right? That they just rolled out for the pro account. And there is a 40% consistency rule on the Lucid Pro account. Looks like there's a 35% when funded on Tradeify account growth. So very similar, guys. You guys got to make a decision on that, right? That's it. Do you need to pass in one day, or can you spread it out? Right? Some people don't mind actually taking their time and kind of letting it play out. We're getting some kind of bearish reaction here to the bottom of the range. Do we finally kind of break out and lose 525? If we lose 525, I think we're headed to this bottom box, chat. Gets us below 400. Got about a minute and 20 seconds left, so I am kind of watching that. We've been propped up for a while here, chat. So do we finally get follow through to the downside below 500? Or do they kind of yoke it right back up inside the range? That's the question. So you could have a possible kind of short opportunity come in the break of this, if we get a solid candle closure below these lows. Just put in a lower low. Got about 15 seconds left here on the current candle. Let's see how this plays out, guys. Maybe you get a push up and then a continuation to the downside. You would love it to close below the box though, right? You kind of hate that they just popped it right back inside the range. Just got 20 points because of your box DMONEY on the short. Nice. You got to love it. So remember the thought process with these consolidation ranges, chat. A break in either direction, and that could be your kind of like continuation move, right? So in this case, could be possibility over short. We're below the box. And will we get follow through here to the downside? This thing looks flush McGush. For a possibility, guys, of more downside. 29,503. Kind of watching that level. That 500 level, we know that's a psychological level. for a potential short. I'm going to try a quick short here, guys. Let's see if I get followed through. Maybe 10, 15 points or so to the downside. Momentum trade. There's 10 points. Can we get 15 or 20 points here on a drop? You would kind of love to see the follow through here and not kind of stall, but all right, there's 15 points, chat. Feel free to take profit. Drop the W's in the chat. If you took it, you got paid. If you faded, you got slayed. Quick trade there, and you're getting a bit of a pullback. Don't like that, so I might chop it, right? Come on. There it is. Give us the flush. Want about 20 points here, guys. I feel like it's in the cards. Came really close to 20 points. Come on. You're just kind of stalling this thing. Like, where's the drop? All right, there's 20 plus points, guys. You gotta love it. I think we take that off. We'll take the winner there. Pretty easy kind of setup there, chat, right? For a quick short. I think could be more downside to kind of step in if they can stay below that 500 level, right? I think the bottom of the box. So if you took the short, drop the W in the chat. Had a nice trade there. Pretty much no drawdown. Just kind of rode it down. We saw the momentum. We finally broke the bottom of the box to the downside. So you have to be, in my opinion, looking for shorts, not longs in this scenario. So you gotta love it. So if this now you are kind of looking at this current 5-minute candle, chat, because if it can stay below this box, maybe the next candle shoots up, forms a quick top wick. You would love to see that pretty much right at the open of the 5-minute candle, the new 5-minute candle that opens up, and then we expand lower to the downside, right? That would be the thought process. You had a lot of consolidation here, so that's, you know, there should be more in the tank, so to speak, you would think. If this is a true move down, you know, this box down here could be at jeopardy of getting hit. And basically, you got 29,303 kind of sitting down there. That is yesterday's daily candle low. That would be like the ideal kind of area if the momentum is going to continue, right, to the downside. So yeah, you would love to see a flush here back below these lows, guys. 479 as an example, right? Kind of take us lower. They pop back inside the box. That's not great for the short, I think, thesis. You would expect us to kind of drop lower here and not kind of pop back inside the consolidation box, because if we get back inside the consolidation box, you could be in for more chop, right? It took us a while to get out of that box, so like, why would we be right back inside of it? So I think that's the thought process you have to take, in my opinion. Any kind of push up, you're looking to potentially maybe short it down for more lows to kind of step in here, I think, chat, for another short. To basically see if they swipe that previous candle's low and kind of take it out. you know, because if they, the reality is that they've had enough time probably to kind of, they've already trapped a lot of people with the consolidation. So you don't want to stall fest here. This would be the level that needs to get, they take that level out. I think we're headed to this, inside this box. To the downside, chat. Where are we sitting with likes? Let's see real quick. $1,500 likes. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid. I appreciate the support. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. We're just out here trying to make a little money. So kind of, let's see how long this was. So basically since 1035, got a break and a close below. So it took us like an hour and a half, chat, to get to the bottom of the range. Took us an hour and a half. So you would kind of think now that, you know, they just kind of give us a slow bleed out, in my opinion, to the downside, right? If this is a true, so the way that you kind of measure it, you shouldn't really see at this point higher highs get put in, right? You want to see a continuation down if this is going to be a true kind of move. Should be no reason why we kind of head higher. Any kind of retracement, I think right now, you're looking to kind of short it towards the box down here. This afternoon might be setting up for some really good, you might get some kind of continuation this afternoon, chat, right? Because we've consolidated for an hour and a half in a range. And a lot of times when that occurs, you get obviously follow through. And hey, I mean, is that gonna kind of correlate to this afternoon's kind of price action? That could be the case. Make no mistake about it. All right, there's 29,476. It's like a slow bleed. Maybe the new 5-minute candle that's about to open is gonna kind of push up and then kind of flush to the downside here. I'm not sure, guys. What up, man? Got Denny Dollars in the house over here with the tropical smoothie. Look at this guy. This guy's hooked on the tropical smoothie now, chat.
Hey, going on them 4-mile runs, I got you.
Oh, he's you said protein?
Yeah, it's got protein in it.
Oh, okay. We all want to pull back. Yeah, I mean, will we get it? We're gonna find out here, guys. Right, but we'll see.
I can't be looking as small as you, DMONEY.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, chat. We knew it was coming. Here we go. Oh man. All right, so 29,477. My policy, if I'm gonna short, my best entry is after a green candle. Okay. Well, all right. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Just keep in mind, though, that we've consolidated for an hour and a half. We finally broke out to the downside, right? So I think if we get back below 470, you could have a short entry towards 440 or maybe even lower 400s. Do you have a YouTube? Yes, I have a YouTube, and I'm not active on there. So if you want to rock out with DMONEY, you need to catch me here on stream. That is correct, Amondo. So, all right. So this is what I'm talking about, chat. See how you got the downside kind of stepping in. You got a long top wick. If you're short bias now, you don't want us back above 488. I think if we pop 488, we could head higher back towards 533, the bottom of the range. But I think you have to be looking for a possible continuation move, possibly down here, right? So, is Warsh done speaking? That is the question, chat. Because we know that he was testifying, and I think if he's done, maybe we get more continuation. So I think your stop here would probably be back above the top of this current 5-minute candles wick. If you're looking to short, you don't want it back above that candle's high. So in the short term. Will the 199 strategy be available again? What? I don't know what you're referring to. Like who? You keep posting the same thing in the chat. Like who? Like are you talking about PW's course or like what are you? We're trying to get it answered, but you've had the same question like multiple times, so I don't know what you're honestly referring to. So. PW's course? Yeah, I don't know. You got to stay tuned and find out on that, right? So getting a pushback up here, chat. 29,483. Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah. So yeah, I'll just say stay tuned, and you know, I'm sure if it goes on sale again, we will we'll make it known. So, what is this about? A new indicator? 14, 15, 200? No, that's not new. That's 3 EMAs that I've had on the chart since 1965. So, I mean, it's not new. Somebody wanted to know the EMAs at the beginning of the stream. I pinned them in the chat because that question comes up all the time. So might as well answer it and keep it there because it was probably going to get brought up again. That's all. It's a free short, but can't get a nice entry. Yeah, you're getting a lot of WikiWick price action, and even that candle that just closed, you got to be careful with that kind of candle closure, right? So, doesn't mean you can't get follow through to the downside, but a lot of times they want to dig into that top wick of the previous candle, and then you get the follow through to the downside, right? So, just be cautious of that, chat. You see a lot of bounces. A lot of times when you get that long top wick up top and then all of a sudden they want to kind of flush it. So we'll see. I think if they get back below 462, could be game on for shorts for a flush McGush here, guys. And then you would be targeting the box that we got mapped out. Maybe even into the lower 400s or so. Because that top wick was already formed and the previous candle, there it is. There's the flush McGush. Had a rejection there from 472 down to 455. Worst is done. Yeah. Somebody said he was done like 5 minutes ago or something. He's been talking since basically, I mean, that started at 10 o'clock. I think he came on a little late. Uh, 15-minute candle looks weak, right? You got a long top wick. Looking like they're just, in my opinion, it kind of feels like they're just kind of propping this thing up, chat. But, you know, who knows at this point, right? Kind of looks like they're just kind of propping it up. It's hanging on for dear life. Get back below 458. I think you're targeting 400 to the downside here, guys. Got about 2 minutes on this current 5-minute candle to kind of make up its mind. 1 hour candle super bearish, by the way. You got 36 minutes. You got a ton of time left on this 1 hour candle. So you got to be aware of the higher time frame. That it, you know, a lot of times it feels delayed, chat, but it's because the higher time frame is just kind of building up to flush. And we know there's people that are not even paying attention to what's going on the higher time frame chart. So they're lost as far as that. And then all of a sudden they get smacked and they're wondering why prices all of a sudden has dropped on them and they lost something, right? That's just how it is. So gotta love that. We are so far away from the 5-minute EMA. Yeah, we are. But you got to keep in mind that we basically consolidated right at the EMA, right? We had a lot of consolidation today right at that 14 EMA, and we broke out of it to the downside. So we've had a ton of, the way you got to look at that, in my opinion, is that we've had a ton of like attempts to kind of push higher, and we couldn't do it, right? Right at the EMA. There it is. More downside creeping in. Not a surprise, guys. W 30 points. Yep, nice. All right, so let's see. It's 12:24. You got the 30-minute candle that's going to close in about 5 minutes. This next candle, in theory, probably maybe it pushes up, forms some kind of top wick, and then maybe it spans lower to the downside, right? That's what you would probably be looking for. That was a pretty strong, convincing candle closure. So there's the push. Let's try a quick short here, guys. I think the stop on this trade would be back above the previous 5-minute candle's high. If it breaks that high, you don't want to be short anymore. So you would expect continuation down. If we don't get it, so be it, right? But I think you would be targeting down here towards like 419 or lower. If they got enough strength to kind of pop that high, you don't want to mess around with a short here. So I think you let it ride. It is what it is, right? See if we get rejection down. And that would be back towards the previous candle's low, if the bears have enough juice to take us down there, chat. There's 10 points. 460. I mean, you're right at like break even. If it stops you out, so be it, right? This thing should go if it's really gonna go. If it stops you out, you'll be pretty much right at break even. So it is what it is, right? Not worried either way. All right, there's over 10 points. Move it down. Free trade, guys. Let it ride, right? $15 points. 25 points. There it is. I mean, I think that's how you manage it, guys. You gotta love it. And you know, it is what it is, right? So hey, the thought process is that we weren't gonna be able to break that previous candle high. Now if it stays below 464, I think there's more downside to kind of creep in here, chat. So nice trade there. If you took it, drop the W in the chat. You got paid. If you faded, unfortunately, you got to use the code PW. Either way, we got you covered. All right, so the reality is that you know, like I said earlier, chat, you might be in for some really good price action for the afternoon, to be honest, because you know, because the reality is it took us an hour and a half to kind of get down here. Now the question is that it, right? So if you kind of measure out from the break of the bottom of the range, you're talking like 96 points, right? That's not a lot, chat. Like, why did it take us, you know, it took us an hour and a half to basically to break out of that range, and then we get 95 points. Now, does that mean we can't shoot back up to the upside? Absolutely. We could, you know, the market does whatever it wants. We know that Warsh was testifying for a couple hours, and we've had quite the move to the downside. PW even hopped on to the stream at one point, and he had caught along when we had built out this support, right? He hopped on like somewhere in here, said he had took a long, kind of caught it back to the upside. So if you measure out from 29,977 down, that was a 550 point kind of sell-off, right? So will we need some kind of push back up? Very well likely, right? You can't kind of, you know, you can't say that that's not a possibility. However, if you're a momentum trader, you're gonna follow what the market is giving you, right? You're just trying to join a directional move, chat. You don't really care, right? You having a bias, in my opinion, it's not gonna get you paid. People, that might be a hot take to some people in the chat, but you're just trying to follow, in my opinion, what the market's giving you. So if the market turns bullish this afternoon, and basically by that, I'm saying that we get back, obviously, basically we break out of this range back to the upside that we were kind of trapped in, right? It would hard to kind of want shorts if that occurs. So if we get back above 660, I think you know, it's hard to kind of want shorts at that point. You figure some kind of rebound could be kind of brewing. We just hit a level that we have bounced from multiple times before. So a couple days back, we had taps of that 300 like 30 level, and then a reaction back the opposite direction. So keep in mind that you got the daily candle low of yesterday, 29,303, chat. Just kind of sitting there. So bro, is any trade in NASDAQ? No, there is not. There's no there is no trade on NASDAQ, so we haven't taken any trades here. So I just sit here and give commentary. That's what it's about. So you gotta love it. I think that's like the second or third person today that's came in here and said the same thing, chat. I don't get it. Like, it's very confusing. We literally say this. The title of the stream says live trading, so I'm not sure why like people coming. I mean, where were you for the short we just took? Did you miss it? The 45-point winning trade, did you miss it? The 30-point plus winning trade, did you miss it? Where were you today? Kind of strange, chat. So that people kind of come in doing that. So yeah, maybe they're new, I guess. But yeah, we're not. I mean, I'm not taking a trade every 5 seconds, so you're not gonna see a setup from DMONEY every 5 seconds. If somebody else wants to trade like that, that's on them. But I'm like basically trying to frame setups, right? And right now, I mean, you got another rejection, chat. This is another rejection. 29,482. You're kind of looking to see, right? This is another rejection. And you could be headed lower, below 29,430 or so. Secret trades. Yeah, we're taking secret trades around here. That's what we do. They're top secret, chat. So if you missed yeah, I mean, we had sometimes we do take secret trades, right? Don't tell anybody that we show them on the stream, but they're still a secret to some people out there. So we want to make sure that we keep that under the wraps. We can't be. You got to tune in. You got to stay tuned in for those trades, chat. You never know when we're gonna get a secret one around here. So if you're new to the stream, well, what have you been doing, and where have you been? So sounds like PW will be rocking out tomorrow morning, chat. I saw a post on X, so he will be rocking out the morning show tomorrow. Make no mistake about it. So yeah, I see it here. He said didn't make it back to Cali in time for morning stream, but I'm back tomorrow morning streaming 9 a.m. So PW will be back streaming tomorrow, chat, in the AM. Make no mistake about it. He got you covered. And the bleed out continues to the downside here, guys. Like we kind of talked through, you have to be bearish until otherwise. The bottom of the box is quite simple. It is yesterday's daily candle low, 29,303, chat. So that could be a level of interest for the bears if the momentum continues. Looks like just a basically like a slowdown. You see how the higher time frame, guys, you got no consolidation, obviously, right? On the 1 hour chart, it's just a bleed out. But you had that consolidation on the 5-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, right? Even the 30-minute chart, you got basically no consolidation. I mean, you had a push back up and then a sell off right back down. But you see the higher you go up time frames, it gets clearer as far as the directional move. And it takes you a while to kind of pick up on that, because if you're buried like on the 1-minute chart, a lot of times, you know, you're going to get chopped on some of these green candles when the move was to the downside, right? If that makes any sense. A lot of times you can get chopped. So because, like, as an example, this pop here from 487 right back up was about 27 points, right? So then you're frustrated and you're kind of fighting a battle. So the higher you go up, the clearer a lot of times the price action is. So that's just how it works. Thanks for the insight, D-Money. Passed my 50K pro in one trade. You gotta love it. That is correct, Demondo. So, but I didn't do the work for you. I don't hit buy or sell. So I don't take any credit for that. I'm happy for you. So now the party starts, right? Because once you're funded, I mean, the evaluation is just exactly what it says in the title, evaluation, right? So now you're funded and the party starts. So I hope you are able to run that to a payout. So that's the beauty of the space, chat. You know, I want to see you win. Can we go to a baseball game? I'm gonna cut you off right there, Alex. I don't even have to read the rest of that. We're gonna give you a quick timeout just because you decided to violate D-Money here. So there it is. I'm not even gonna acknowledge the rest of what you put in there about a baseball game and all that. Yeah. Hey, so come on back differently. Think differently about life and come back in a few seconds here. We knew it was coming, chat. You get a couple good trades and people start to feel free around here. I don't know what it is, but I've voiced my frustration plenty of times, and it has not helped. PW told me to enjoy it, embrace it. He told me to embrace it and enjoy it, chat. What does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Right? Embrace it and enjoy it. Well, D-Money will not be enjoying any of that, chat, because D-Money doesn't rock with the fellas, if you know what I mean. So there it is. Basically, he means spread them. Oh, man. Here we go. Well, I mean, you got Denny Dollars and you got Lucas coming up at 1 o'clock, chat. They got you covered. So, I mean, that's just what it is. So, we're not concerned. Basically, I heard Denny was talking some smack, chat. While we got him here, he was talking smack about the next basketball game. Well, I mean, apparently he hit a couple jump shots out there in the parking lot, chat. I did not witness those jump shots, so D-Money's not concerned. And we know the last game he had a 2-0 lead, and D-Money came back and won the game. So that's basically a 7-point spread, if my math serves me correctly, chat. So we're not concerned about Denny Dollars in regards to the court. So we'll let him talk, but clearly that's all that is.
Don't worry.
Denny thinks he's Steph Curry after one practice session. Yeah, but you know what I realized, chat, with Denny is as soon as it goes left, right, he's gonna start bringing up that he has a bad shoulder. He didn't say anything about the bad shoulder when he was up 2-0, right? He was feeling he was feeling really good. Chat, he was feeling really good about how the game was going when he was up 2-0. But as soon as he started catching wind that it might be going left, he literally told me, "Oh, you're gonna beat up on a cripple." Can you believe that, chat? He tried to play the sympathy card once the lead started to slip away. That is very concerning, chat.
That's messed up. Hey, Mr. Green needs a timeout. He needs a timeout. Give him one.
Chat, that is very concerning to D-Money about that, right? So, it's crazy.
Don't be a victim. Wow.
Oh, man.
I still got the the X-rays and everything. Got the scar over a year now, still there.
He's saying that he still has the scar tissue, chat. Like it's very concerning that he, he's still hanging on to that. So very, very strange. Very strange.
Wow, look at this. Now everybody's talking shit. Great. Thanks, D-Money.
Hey, I'll do what I can around
Second
here.
was Army Strong. I am Army Strong. Do I need to put you in another headlock?
They said Diddy McGregor. Did he get injured? Did McGregor go down the other night? He got injured or something in his match?
I don't watch UFC.
Yeah, I think he got hurt.
Huh? His knee got hurt.
His knee?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hurt his knee. Yeah, so.
Say what you Army Strong.
Oh, man. After 1 minute? Yeah. That's
Another
crazy.
Headlock? Yeah. Oh, I guess Ginger didn't witness that.
That's crazy, chat. He fell on his knee? Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of strange. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. I will be back tomorrow at some point. I don't know the schedule. I know PW is obviously streaming in the morning, so I will be back at some point tomorrow. So stay tuned to the channel. You got Denny Dollars coming up here with Lucas at 1 o'clock. Make no mistake about it. We got you covered. So on the way out, guys, do me a solid if you haven't already. Hit the like button. I think we were at like 1,600 likes or so. So if you haven't already, do me a solid. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? So we're just out here trying to make a little money. So until the next stream, be smart, be safe. We gone.